So okay, yeah. Okay, so yesterday we laid foundation into our SQL class, and then we saw how we can create table on our SQL, and then luckily for us, everybody is doing fine. Everybody is doing well. Okay, I think people are already sending screenshots of their code, so I can look at how their code looks like. That's cool. That's cool. Mhm. Debbie, are you sure you know use ChatGPT for this code? I know that I've not taught you guys decimal, and you have decimal on your own.
I watched a video yesterday because while I was doing the installation and also I was just watching different videos on SQL, so I got the idea from the videos on YouTube.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's going the extra mile actually. So it's still fair. It's still accommodatable. Yeah, it's still accommodatable. Yeah. So you have your decimal, to, two decimal place. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So okay. So since we know how to create our tables already, I think it's just best we jump straight into some other part of it and see how fast we can work tonight. See how fast we can move tonight. So under our data, yesterday we touched on our data definition language, and we looked at our create table. After which we look at some of the data manipulation language, where we discuss about our from and our select and our from, so that we can stay, so that we can move together. So let's complete the last two parts. The last two parts of our data manipulation data definition language, which are our author, 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 and then what? And our drop table, author table, author table, and drop table. So how should we, or how can we author table on SQL? How can we alter table on SQL? When we are trying to alter table on SQL, we it can be a kind of it can be due to so many things. We can do so many things on it, and let's explore some of the things we can do. Let's alter our table. What's our table name? Class students. So at the moment, I want to look at select star from class underscore students. Um, I'm coming. I'm coming. Just I'll share my screen back immediately. Okay, I've not even connected my DBO yet. Okay, I think I should have even showed you. I shouldn't have even disconnected my screen from you guys. But then it's fine. So once you can see my screen back, please let me know. Okay, so I think I should be able to see my screen back. What's wrong? Select star student. What's wrong? Select star from students class. So can somebody tell me what is wrong on this? I'm trying to run this code. Something is wrong with it. Can somebody declare what is wrong?
Um,
The name is wrong. It's meant to be students, plural.
Okay, students. Okay, let's see. Students. Okay, so let's run it. It's still error. So what is wrong?
Wonderful.
So you are still on master, not the table we created. You are not on the table created.
Fantastic. So I deliberately took my screen off so that I can change it to master. So that so that everybody can struggle with it. But then I think Temda came to your rescue very fast. So it's just for us to change this guy to port 6 and then run it again. And then this will work very fine. So so Temitayo came to our rescue this night. I deliberately did that so I can see the level of attention you paid yesterday. But then it is fine. It's just you guys are following through. Yeah, so it's just you guys are following through. Mm. Um, so so this table is kind of shallow. I would have loved if I can have more details on this table, but then I don't have that luxury of time. But then I can easily add so many values I want if I want to add. For example, let's say you don't have me. So I can easily, if I want to add more value, I can do my insert into again. Insert into our table name, class, insert into this values, then open your bracket, syn syn 003 comma 003. Um, can you see that I'm going back through the process again to add I'm going through the process again to add all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can put my comma, come over here, syn 004, um, press C, precious, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can keep going on and on like this. I can keep going on like this, like this. Keep going on like this, like this. I can keep going on like this. It seems that I don't even know. It seems that students are working class. Let's just leave this just so, because I know that I will still use this table to do some queries later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it complete? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Comma. Uh, let's just do one or two more. S1 and 007, comma, Harry, comma, let's say 3 again. Let's say, comma, 0, 7, 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's find 008. Wait, I'm even surprised, safe. Yeah, no, you submitted assignment. I'm even surprised you are able to get this. So you have been following us in class. Hey, thank God, though. Why am I surprised? Okay, we have all this already. I'm coming. Are you guys sure you're still in class with me? Let me know. Like, I'm just looking at Precious message. Okay, that's fine. I'm just looking at Precious message. So okay, so I'm looking at. So let's run this. Let this guy and execute this guy. Okay, and come back here to run this. And then we have this. Okay, so this is fair. This is fair. So let's add a new column. Let's add a new column. So I'm trying to see what should be the name of our new column. What should be our column? Column. Let's see.
Department.
Okay, let's say department. Department to the table. So let's assume we want to add a new column department to the table. How are we going to go about that? Then we can do our alter alter table. On our alter table, I'm bringing my table name over here again. The alter table, I'm bringing my table name over here again, and I'm saying add um, department variable character into, let's say, 20 this time around. Close this bracket. The red line should leave. Okay, yeah, it has disappeared. Let's run this, execute, and then we have it. Ouch. And then we have it. Um, and we have it, and then we can go back to run our this, execute, and we can see this our new guy. This is our new guy. This is our new guy. So um so in case we want to do calculation and the likes, this is also another procedure we can use to actually walk through our calculations and then have have some things. Yeah, but then adding data to this table, it might actually be a kind of a very long one. It might be a very long one. So I'm coming. Let's see. Let me see. Let me try something. So let's say updates, updates. Let me try and use the update function. Updates. So what are we updating? We are updating set department equals to how many departments are we looking at? Let's say what are the departments we are looking at? Let's say tech equals to tech, department equals to tech, where ID is equals to SYN001. Let's see what's wrong with this code. This guy is underlying. At times I will just run it though, because this guy is underlying. I don't know why. Okay. Anyway, I should not be worried because it's even the underlying of this also self. So let's see what we did. Can you see color code Victor, department tech? Can you see that? So that is how we are going to be filling all these departments one after the other. So let's say so what we are doing here is let's assign or let's fill the new column with their respective departments. We have tech, we have um what should we have again? We have data, we have, let's say, science. Let's say we have just these three departments. So in case like this, we just be coming here, change this one to 2 and say this guy's in data, and then just run it, execute. Let's come back here 3 and say this guy's in science, and then execute. Come back here 4, say this guy's in data, and execute. Come back here, 5, and say this guy is in tech. Run it. Come back here and say 6. This guy is in science and run it. 7. This guy is also in science and run it. 8. This guy is in data and run it. And then we can check again. Select star from, and then let's run this guy. Can you see? Everybody now have a department. Can you see we just added a department? We just added a column for department, and then we are good to go as regards this. Let me get a feedback. Do we all understand up to this point? Do we all understand up to this point? Any question? Any question? Do we all understand up to this point? Okay. Precious is here now.
Sorry.
You can go ahead.
The place where you say alter table, you chose a DBO, like a database, not the table itself.
No, see, this DBO, if it is confusing you, just discard it. I'm picking the table. But then the truth is, if I drag it from here, if I drag it from this, our object explorer, it will add DBO to it. For example, now, at the moment, can you see select from, it's still adding DBO to it. And it's still the same thing with if I delete all this and I'm typing class underscore student, and then I'm running this. It should give me the same results. So the DBO is being added because I'm dragging it from my object explorer. That is why. But then you can see it is still your table. It's not your database. It's still your table. If you want to do database with this, it is going to be something like cohort 6 dot DBO this. It is something like this, and you still get it. Can you see it's still giving us the same result? Why? Because I specified that this is the database. So if I am under my masters, can you see I've seen my database I'm working on at the moment? And you know that on a norms, if I run this, it will not run. It will give us an error message. Can you see? But then if I run this guy will run. Can you see this guy is running? Why is it running? Because I have specified the database. So this guy is not looking at it from master's table. It is looking for it from its own database because I specify. So if I am operating under any other database, I can specify the database I want to extract the new data from, and then I can run it. So I can work on multiple databases at the same time. Just specify the database you want to extract your table from, and you are fine. I don't know if you got. I don't know if you guys got that. So that's that about that. So I'm guessing you guys are fine. You guys says
So one last thing, sir. Please, can you scroll up back, like to show the first thing? Yeah, thank you.
okay. So can we move ahead now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's fine. So that's fine. We can just go ahead with this. So now we have seen how to add table. Then the question now is that what about if you want to modify table? Let's say who is that? You can go ahead, please. I thought somebody was raising up hand.
It might have been a mistake. It was Temitayo.
Okay, okay, okay. So Temitayo, your mic is unmuted though. I don't know, maybe you're trying to say something, but then we can't hear you right now. We can't hear you if you're trying to say anything. Oh, okay. I think his network is bad. I think he's trying to say something. Just that his network is bad. Okay, so let's move ahead. How can we alter table again? So
Sir, can you hear me now, sir?
okay, we can hear you
KP,
now.
I might have to share our screen.
Yeah, Temitayo, we can hear you. You can go ahead. Share.
Temitayo, go on.
Yes, sir.
Shemino, you can go
I
ahead.
wanted
Share
to
your
ask,
screen.
sir, whenever
You can go ahead, though, Temitayo. I can hear you. Whenever I do what?
okay, sir, whenever you write most of this formula, this either voucher, you always put a number in brackets in
Yeah,
front of the voucher.
exactly.
Sometimes you put 50, you put 20. I don't know if there's something about that.
So I've explained this to you before in class. I remember I mentioned it briefly in class. So this is your voucher. This is a variable. The full meaning of voucher is variable character. That's what it means. So and it is what we use for tests under our SQL. So this 50 I've mentioned before. This 50, this 20 is your string length, like the length that you are looking at. That it should be the maximum, like your length, the length. For example, under our ID, we put our ID to be 6 or so, and that's because we are looking at the maximum ID we should be having should be 6 numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why we had 6 there. So under department, I was looking at that. No matter what department we are having, it can be up to 20 characters, and you can see science is the longest here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just 7. So this is actually talking about your string length. The reason why I'm using 50 for some folks, like for example, names can be long. Like name can be some people's name can be long and the likes. That's why we allow for 50. So if you have maybe some sentences you are typing, maybe kind of remark, comment, and the likes, you want to have a kind of more string size. So it is simply your string size. So this actually has to do with experience, but then still it is nothing. It's no big deal. It is whatever you are dealing with status. You should know that is your status yes or no. You should know the. But then if you don't want to be confused, if you want to be at the safe side, you can just always leave it as at 50. You can't go wrong at 50 actually. But then it's a kind of quality check system. We also use to balance our things that we know, especially for our primary key or for any column that we have a string length maximum we are looking at. Like if you have a string length maximum that you are looking at, for example, our ID should follow anywhere. ID should follow the same numbering. Like it should always be SYN 001 up to anything it is. So it should be maximum of 6. So to put that into check, it is best we just put it as our 6, and we'll be fine. So Shemilore, are you sharing your screen? What do you want us to see on your screen?
Yes. So, um, I think my first issue is I can't seem to find any of my tables again. Yeah, if I run this
Together. Shemilore, I'm with you. You said if you run something.
oh, like I'm saying that on Object Explorer, I can't find like the same way you did drag the other time. I wanted to try it, but I can't find it on my own Object Explorer.
Refresh your Object
Like,
Explorer. Refresh it. Refresh it. Refresh. 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 Click on your table now. It's not there. Your desktop slash HD. Go and right click on it. That's yeah. Right click on it. Then click on refresh.
it's only restart.
No,
Oh,
refresh is
refresh.
done. Refresh is done. So let's look at it again.
This one to look last time, yeah.
Something is wrong. Something is wrong with your.
Exactly.
Something is wrong.
Which was why I called your attention, because that's not meant to happen. But I'm not sure what happened. But
Okay, wait. Come back to your SQL. Come back to your notes. To your notes.
okay.
Yeah. So select star and then run your table. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
I'm not asking you to delete all those. Just go to another line. I'm not asking you to delete all those. Go to another line and select star. I'm already.
Wait, did this?
Just go to another line and select star.
I'm
Select
on
everything.
another line. I wanted to hear what you said properly.
Go to another line. I'm not asking you to delete whatever you are doing. Select star from your table name.
Okay.
Your student table is on this, so run it. Run it. I'm already guessing what the error is. I'm already seeing what the error is. You are the one that did the
That
mistake.
works.
You are the one that did the mistake.
This?
It is your fault. It is not this. It is not anybody's fault. Go under your system database. That is where
Okay.
your experience comes in. Master, can you see your table under your table?
Oh,
Can you see?
okay.
So you ran the table under a different database. It is your error. You did not change the database after you created the database student data. You did not change the database you are working on from master to the student data. So everything you have been doing is running under master's database. So exactly. So that's
Okay, so for next time, when I create a table, I'm meant to come and toggle this.
double what? Yeah. Once
Toggle this, yes. Toggle.
exactly to ensure it is the right database you are working on. Especially if you just created the database to be new. If you, for example, now if you are working on your student data at the moment and you are creating table right now, it will be saving on it because you have been working on your database. So, but then if you are just creating a new database and your stuff has been on master, then definitely it will still remain on master. You have to go and change the one. You have to go and toggle that to your new database before you start creating your table.
Oh,
Okay,
thanks, sir.
you are welcome, sir. So you can unshare your screen. Okay, so let's continue with this. So and continue with this. We want to look at how to kind of modify. So I'm coming. Let's change this phone number. Let's change this phone number. Let's change it to integers. Let's see if we had made it an integer. Let's see what will happen. So how can we do that? I think I'm exploring. I think your cohort. I'm trying to rush your cohort, and I'm still getting more detail with you guys because I don't get details with all this author with other people to the extent of maybe setting even this new data set. I don't know why I just feel like just explaining it for you guys. So but then it is fine. So let's talk of this modification where we want to do. So we want to modify this guy and then turn these guys to a new data stuff. So we are still under our author table. What's our table name? This guy. And this time what we want to do is that we want to modify column name. Our phone number. Uh, phone number. What are we modifying this guy to? Let's say integer. Um, how strong? How strong? Then current syntax near modify. Mm, current modify. I have to try and see what is wrong. Uh, modify column. I'm still giving us the same thing. More. Let's look at this. Okay. So can you see what went wrong? So let's copy this. Can you see the problem is that modify is for my SQL. For SQL server, it should be author column, not modify. Can you see? Modify is the correct language, but then under SQL is not correct. So now let's come back here. Let's use this. Okay, let's execute. Overflow an integer column. The statement has been terminated. So we can't change our phone number to integer. Okay. I'm just trying to see how we can play around. Okay, so let's change our select star. So let's change this guy. This is our price amount. Let's change it to voucher. Then let's change this amount to voucher. Then so alter table. Let's change this DBO and then alter column. Um, amount paid. Amount paid. Let's say it is voucher this time around. I'll put it at 50. So let's run this. Execute. Yeah, can you see now? It is. So let's run this guy again. Execute. So now we have this to moved from our integers to our voucher. So how are we going to know? Let's do select sum into brackets. I'm already taking it to where you don't know, Abi. Amount paid from this guy. So I'm expecting an error message from this. From this. So let's do execute. Can you see? Opera data type voucher is invalid for some operator. Can you see that? So this shows the fact that we have already been able to change this our guy from amount from voucher to from integer to voucher. So now let's change it back. Let's change it back to integers. Let's change it back to integers. So the same thing, I just copy this, Ctrl C, V, and then put integers here, int, and then let's change this guy back, execute, and then we have it already changed. So now let's go and run the sum again. Operator data type for data type voucher. This guy is not updated. This guy has not updated. So this our sum is another thing entirely. So since this guy is giving us some level of operand data type voucher is invalid for, we've changed it back from voucher now. It's still giving us as voucher. That's not a problem for now. So let's still leave it for now. Let's just leave it for now. But then we've gotten the concept we are looking at already over here, that we can change from one data type to to another data type, and that's under our modification. Also, part of what you can alter is you can alter to change name. So you can alter to change name. If you want to rename your column, you can do. You can alter to delete a column. Since you can alter to add a column, you can also alter to delete a column. To delete a column. That's so. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Similarly, I think that is coming from your end.
Yeah, sorry, my phone that is playing rough.
It's okay. Oh. Child of the world playing Wally music. You will know them. I will not talk.
If it were me, it would have been fine.
Hmm. I will not talk.
My phone needed.
All these child of the words we know them. So another thing is I will allow you guys to go and explore this. How to change name. It is quite simple. How to change name. It's quite easy. So you guys should go and explore this yourself. How to delete columns. Also, you guys should also go and explore this yourself. On this guy. So and then with that, we are done with our this. So another thing is let's quickly create a table. Just let's quickly create a table. Create table. Let's say class. Let's just call this class. Create table class, and then let's say we want our what do we want to init this time around? We want um, name. It's not something serious. ID varchar 20 because we are still going to delete it. Comma. Let's say full underscore name. Also varchar 20. Anything. Let's put it 30. Full name. Class underscore name 20 varchar 20 grade varchar variable character say 6 and so on and so forth. So I want to put this guy. Let's run this table. Execute. Yeah, so we have our new table. So select star from class. So we have this. This is our new table. So it's not reflecting over here. I can just refresh this. It can be stubborn at times. Let's come and refresh your guy over here. I hope I'm working on code 6 here. I'm working on the code 6. Database code 6 and then table. Then I should have the table already by now. Yeah. Yeah, I have the table now. Class. So now let's learn how to delete tables on our database. So we have created this table class and then we don't have any need for it again. I was like, I don't have any need for it again. How can we drop? Yeah, how can we delete it? It's as simple as saying drop table Now let's run this. Can you see command successful? So let's come and try to run this guy again. Can you see invalid object name class? Why? Because we have already dropped the table. It's as simple as that. The station here, don't panic. Just come and refresh this guy. Database code 6, table, and then can you see it's no longer there? It is as simple as ABC. It is as simple as ABC. So with this, we have completely explored all our data. Please, you can go ahead with your question in your data definition language. Your class has the most explosive class under data definition language. You did it. I can say that anywhere. Your class has the most explosive. Okay, so you can go ahead with your question, please.
So if peradventure you like now that you've deleted the table, what if you want to bring it back?
If you want to bring it back, that's why you see have,
Yes.
that's why you see have your syntax. Just come and run this guy. Just come
Okay,
and
you
run.
just have to run that.
Just run this guy again. It will bring your table back.
All of you that are laughing, you've learned something new.
So in fact, the one you did at the moment that you are doing it on master's table, if you want to bring it to your new table, just change your database you are working on to your student database and run everything. Everything will come back to your student database.
Wow.
Exactly. So just run everything on it. So it's pretty nothing actually. The SQL is quite simple. So with this, we are done with our data definition languages. So now let's come to our data manipulation language. So data manipulation language. And then over this, I said we'll be looking at your select. We'll be looking at your from, which I've explained it to. We'll be looking at where. We'll be looking at group by. We'll be looking at having. We'll be looking at order by. Then once we are already upping our game on this, then we'll now come and look at join. Your join. We come and look at your join. So this is what we are having. So I've already explained to you what select means. I explained that yesterday. That is picking the column, picking the to columns to return. So that's the simple word for it. Your from is talking about your source of column to be returned. Source of columns to be returned. So what is wrong with this guy? This What is wrong with this guy? Do you think I'm just be calling everybody on a group call on an emergency? You think everybody's jobless like you? So what about your where condition? Where condition? So your where is your conditional statement. So I will explain all these 5 guys or 6 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've explained these 6 guys, and then we'll look at join later. We'll explain this is so this is a conditional statement. So your where means that you are giving a condition, a condition or criteria to be fulfilled before returning the column. The column. So now let's start our demos. Your select, we said your select can be either select star or select column names, column name, comma, column name, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So this guy cannot run on his own. Your other select cannot run on his own. So because it does not get up to the minimum required stuff. So this is the minimum. So select, then select star. Then our source is from what? From class student. Class student. So this is the minimum code you can ever run, and we have this. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. Yeah, but then I'm still feeling we might run into some form of headaches. Um, hey, Debbie, are you on your laptop? Is that
Yes.
Can you copy the code of the work you did and send? I want to. I feel like
Okay, okay.
yeah, just send it. Either you can send it on this chat box or you can send it on WhatsApp page. Anyone that you're fine with.
Okay.
I want to use your table to teach in class instead of using this my own table. So where are you sending it to?
I'll drop it here. A minute, please.
Okay.
Mm, I think there's a word limit here. Maybe I should drop it
Just
on WhatsApp.
drop it on WhatsApp. That's fine. Drop it on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Shiminori, you want to do Control Z, Abby? All the best to you. Hmm. Okay, I've seen it.
I've dropped it.
I've seen that. If my WhatsApp is not opened. Uh, okay. What? Um, Guy, move fast, 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 fast. Okay. So copy this, and let's quickly bring it under here. So paste this guy over here. So I don't need to disturb myself so much. Yeah, let me see. I should be able to run all this at once. I should be able to run all this at once. Execute. Um, oh, this guy stopped here. Okay, yeah. I've been able to run everything at once. Can you see? Similarly, that's what I mentioned though, that you can easily do everything at once. So let me look at. You have your decimal, you have your this, you have your that. Okay, that is fine. So Google coming, select some some of your salary. How much salary are they paying in total from what's our class name? Employee. From employee. So let me look at this. Execute. Can you see we have the total? So I can introduce my alias. Total salary. Total salary. Run this again. Execute. Yeah, total salary. So we have total salary to be this. And okay, that's fine. So I think like I can refresh this if the table will come here already. It's not coming. I think this table is uh, okay. Got six, and then you have your tables. Oh man. Okay, so now we are working on the new table, which is the employees table. So in fact, that's the reason why I did not want to give you my own code yesterday, because I know that once if I give you my own code, you can just uncomment all and run everything like within 2 seconds. You are done with your assignment. Just for you to add maybe a few more tables, sha. That's the reason why I said I will give you my own file later. So, but then don't mind this guy yet. These are your aggregating function. We are still going to get the aggregating functions. We are still going to get there, but then at least I'm already giving you a glimpse of some things to make you curious. Something like all these as and how what I did over here. So just to give you a glimpse of curiosity into what we still look at. So let's start from your DBO employee. Let's drag this guy here, and then I said this is the minimum code we can run. So we have this under. So we now we know what our select is doing. Anybody on this call that does not know what select is doing, I think we need to go to for is it water baptism or is it water baptism we should go for or head washing for the person, because by now every person on this call should be able to use select effortlessly, effortlessly. And then also your from. Now also we know what our from is used for. We know that your from is showed us the source of our data. So everybody should know how to use from effortlessly also. So now we are saying that where statement is conditional statement, a condition or criteria that must be fulfilled before returning the column. So another example for this is, let's say, select this time around not star. We only want to see employee name, employee, employee. So at times if you want to give yourself soft life, you can do from easily before you start picking your select employee Kanishi. So it will be giving you all those things because you have already told this guy what the database you are looking at. So it will always look at your database for you. Then grade. So grade. So and I can run this also. Can you see? Here I am picking the whole column. Here I have specified the columns that I want. I have specified the columns. So instead of all these brackets, definitely we can use our quotation also to achieve that. So, but then system default is this bracket. So I can do this, and you see employee name and just their grade. That's because I selected just employee's name and their grade. So, but then let me come back to this place because I want to do something. So now let's say I only want to see staff that are SMs, senior managers. I only want to see staffs that are SMs. Like your company is saying, oh, wait, how many SMs do we have? How many SMs do we have? You know, how many SMs do we have is already a question. I told you that um SQL is about question and answer. You ask question and then SQL gives you the answer. I've told you that before. So under this, we are going to look at how many SMs do we have. That's the question we want to solve over here. That's the question we want to solve. So to know the numbers of SM we have, then we need to introduce our conditions, because the truth is, if we do our normal aggregating functions, your aggregating functions works the way it works on your Excel. All those functions, the same thing. So select count of star from. So what count of your star means what? You want to scan everything. So from this, do your equals to, can you see? We have 20 data sets. Are we correct? Let's come back here and run this guy again. I wanted to run them together side by side, but then I think I need to push them beside each other. This is 20. So which means this our count is correct. So we have something we call alias. Alias. This is we introducing as to rename or name our column into bracket S. Alias is when we are introducing as like this to name or rename our column. So to name, for example, at this point in time, no column name. Can you see under the result we have at the moment? No column name. So I can do as total staff. Now I have named this guy. So I can run this. Execute. Can you see? Total staff. That is me using alias to name it, because at the moment it does not have any name. However, let's say I want to under this alias of the thing, let's say select grade from employees and then select. Can you see this is grade? But then if I want to rename it, I don't want to name it as grade. I can do as G, my G, just for fun, just to catch cruise. So let's run this. Execute. Can you see? Instead of having grade, can you see my G? So this renaming or this naming is temporal. Note that it is temporal and it does not affect your database. It does not reflect on your database. It only reflects on what you are running at the moment. The use is limited to your current use. The use is limited. In fact, if you are trying to apply this on your on your conditional statement, it will not even work, because you have to go back to your grassroots. So it is very, very temporal. It does not really hold water as such. So that is what I'm trying to point out over there. So now I have already diverted into explaining so many things. I explained your alias while we are explaining under conditional formatting. I've showed you aggregated function, your counts and the likes, and then introduce the alias of a thing and the like. So but then this time around, so we want to see how many staffs we have as SM senior managers. How many SMs do we have? So it is safe to say select star from our DBO. Select star from our DBO. This time around, we are now introducing where. So let's run our table again to look at what is happening on our table. Okay. Your grade is where we have our SM, ET, AM, assistant manager, executive training, all those abbreviations and the likes. You know, when you see the bankers data sets, you will see it by the way they are grade they are doing their grades. You will see all those rich people. You will know them. Please, if you are looking for somebody rich, you already know who to hold on this call. Oh, please. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but then I'm just passing. So select star from this, but then the condition or the criteria that must be fulfilled is that your grade must be SM. So that is where your where statement comes in. Where what grade is equals to SM. So definitely you want to put this guy on column like this because this is test, and you can run this, execute. Can you see every guy we are having here, they are all SMs. Every guy we are having over here, they are all SMs. Why? Because we have filtered away. So your filtering that we did on Excel is now playing out. We have filtered others away. We are only leaving SM. We are only leaving SM. So that is where your where statement comes in. So, but then to answer our question, how many SMs do we have? It is how many. So let's copy this again and come here and say select count star this from DBO where grade is equals to SM. It's as simple as this, and then just run this guy. And 7. So as total SM, execute. Can you see I've renamed it total SM 7. Can you see everything is correct? Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7. We are correct. This is our final answer. So whereas we had to pass through this process just because you guys are learning to show you guys simultaneously. But then if you are writing this as a test and the likes, this is your final answer. This is your final answer, and you are good to go. So with this, we have been able to explain what our where statement, our where does. We have been able to explain what our where, what it does. So now we are moving from there. We are moving to group by. So group by. I think we have also had a glimpse of group by under our Power BI, under our Power Query. I remember there was a time I used the group by function on Power Query for you guys. So we already have a glimpse of it. And then which what is better in which I can use? The word like compress is coming to my mouth, but then it's not. I feel compress might not look professional. So when we are trying to compartmentalize things, when we are trying to compartmentalize things, like we are trying to sectionalize it, like bring things that are like-minded. We are trying to bring them together. That is when we use our group by function. That's when we use our group by function. So group by, this is when we are trying to compartmental, like I don't even know if there's any English word like this. Yeah, I'm just playing my card or sectionize the results. Okay, our results on SQL, not even only on SQL, anywhere safe, not only on SQL. This is when we're trying to compartmentalize or group our results and the likes. And what do we mean by that? So I will do my select star again. Select star. So now note the order. Note the order. Note the order. Where should I even put it? So this one is very critical. Note the order. This is the order. Always your select comes first, your from comes next, your where comes next, your group by comes next, your having comes next before your order by. Order by. Note that it is, see, this is the order. This is the chronological order. If you violate the order, you will run into error. That's the truth. If you violate the order, you will run into error. However, these are the only two that is a must in every query. These are the only two that is a must in every query. Your query can be select from where, and it will stop there. It will still run. We said the minimum query you can run is select and from. It will run. This will run. Your query might be select from group by. It will run. It will run. In fact, you can do your select from where group by. This will also run. But then can you see that there is no where here, and that is why group by is coming next, because we have cancelled this out. That's why group by is coming. But then immediately when where is coming, we have to come and put where back in its place and shift group by back to its place. So you can have another code like this: select from group by having. This will also run. You can't have having and having together. Most times we don't. I'm not sure. Have we had any scenario where we can have them together? I doubt that. I doubt that, because they are basically doing the same thing. Having and group and where, they are basically doing the same thing. So it's just a simple difference that is between them. And I want you guys to also note the difference. But then I'm coming through this route to show you the chronology of things. If you need to use anything on this, you must follow this chronological order. It is a must. In fact, you can add order by year, order by year. It is jumping to order by because you are not using any of these other guys. That's why you are jumping to the last one. You can always have a order by at any point of the, but then you can always have it because it is at the extreme end. So just make sure you always follow your query, your order when you are trying to run your query. So let me move a little bit fast so that we can finish our this first 6 elements for tonight, before we call it a night, and then pick it up from there next week. So your group by, we said it is used for compartmentalizing or for sectionalizing, as any word might be. Thank God you understand my grammar. So from this, and then let's run this. So I want to see how we can group by. So under our grade, definitely we can group by. See our grade actually. I think yeah, it's only by grade. We have ET, SM. So this is where we have people group or sectionize into things. So we can say let's ask a question. Let's say uh, what is what is the average salary by grade. What is the average salary by grade? I'm giving you use case for all this as an example. What is the average salary by grade? So now what we are looking at, anytime you're trying to answer your SQL question, don't think too far. What we are looking for, what you're using, salary. We have salary column here, grade. We have grade column here. So we are looking for average salary by grade. Those are the two things we are looking for. So if I'm answering this, if I'm the one answering this, I don't need to disturb myself so much. I can just do by select grade, comma, salary, and then from employee, this. I don't need to disturb myself too much. Run this for you guys because you guys are still learning. So this is my first step because I'm teaching you by step because you guys are still learning. So this is my first step. So I've seen the grades, I've seen their salary. So my second step will be Control C. The same thing again. I'll now say group by grade. Can you see? Group by grade. So I'm saying that put them together by grade. So let's see. This should give us error. Yeah. So can somebody tell us why this is giving us error? Uh, can somebody tell us? Can somebody guess why this guy is giving us error? Oh, my system battery is getting down, but then it will finish this class. Can somebody try it? This is already this we are already. I told you guys already that if you have an error, learn to read this guy. So column db, even before I typed it, I said it will give us error. So because I know it will give us error. So can somebody try to interpret this error? Let me see. If there's anybody on this code that can do that. Who is trying? Is anybody saying anything? Hey, you guys are scared.
Um, let me just mute my mic because it's like we are scared.
Ah,
But anyways, I wanted to say that wait, select grade salary. I've lost my thoughts now. But I was going to say that maybe the reason why we are getting like error is because we only grouped by grade, not by like the content of the table itself. No, that doesn't make sense.
Um. Okay, so I don't know if this is correct. We want to get average salary by grade, but in our query, there's nothing like a
About
function that
average.
talks about average with the salary. So I don't know if that is correct.
so you are correct, but then the reason why I'm not expecting that answer you are giving is because we are taking it step by step. That's the reason why I'm not expecting the answer you are giving right now. It is because we are taking it step by step. Your view is very logical. It's very logical and it ought actually it ought. So, but then the reason why I don't want to 100% accept it is because we are taking it step at a time. For example, we did this guy first, and then we have all the grades and all the salaries. So the next step is that we want to see all the salary each of the grades are collecting before we now look for the average. And then just not to drag this thing too much. So the reason for that is anytime you see stuff like this, you are correct, kind of actually, but then it's but then I will still run this without an average to start with. I will still run this without an average to start with, and our average will be the third step. So column DBO is invalid in the selected list. because it is not contained in either an aggregate function or by group by clause. We have a group by clause already. So which means that what is wrong is an aggregating function. To use your group by, you must always have an aggregating function. That is what it means. To use your group by, you must always have an aggregating function. So in this case, our aggregating function is our sum to start with. Is our sum to start with as total salary. And let's run this, and you will see these are the grades and these are their total salary. These are the grades and these are the total salary. And then just like you um Deborah suggested, to answer our question finally, we can do copy this and paste, and instead of sum this time around we have our average as average salary. And then once we run this should give us an average, and this is the average salary we have for each of these guys, and that solves our question. So but then we have been able to see that we have used this group by to bring together everybody under AM, everybody under ET, and everybody under SM. We have been able to use it to bring them together, and that's the logic for this one. So but then for your having, I said your having is also conditional statement, just like your where. However, it is used with group by function and used with fulfilling aggregating conditions. Aggregating conditions. So aggregating conditions. So what do I mean by that? So let's see a use case. Um how many grade has an average salary to be higher than three 300,000. 300,000. How many grade has an average salary to be higher than 300,000? So let's go again. Select star from your employee. Let's run this. Okay. So I want to see average salary. So select grade, comma, average the brackets salary from this guy, from this guy. So let's use where and see the error we will give. Where average the bracket salary is equals to is greater than 3,123. So let's see if this guy will run or it will not run. So an aggregate may not appear in the where clause. Can you see? An aggregate may not appear in the where clause unless it is a subquery contained in an having clause. Can you see? Can you see? Your where does not take on aggregate. It does not. So this guy we change to having. So we come here and say group by your grade. Group by your grade. Having average salary to be higher than this. So let's see. So let's first run this. Execute. Can you see? Just like the one we have above, as average salary. So just like the one we have above, can you see average salary? So now we want to fulfill the condition of having just average salary to be higher than 300. My system battery is extremely low, and then this is where we'll be ending class for tonight. So can you see that average salary, it has reduced the one for ET. It has reduced the one for ET, and that is because the ET salary average is lower than 300,000. So what is the salary for ET average? It is 190714. That's the salary for ET. Although we know that it is a lie. We know that in real life it is a lie. All of us know that. So, but then let's just they don't want to expose their salary. So let's just look away from that. So so we can say that it has removed the ET because ET salary does not fulfill this criteria. So how many? So now the question is how many? That's the question. The question is now how many? So let's see. Let's see. Hope I'll be able to exploit this. Let's say count of staff. So let's run this and see. So can you see group by grade? Um, Let me run this. Let me see. So this is counting for every one of them. So we are going to explore back and see um, and see how we can count each one of them. Like instead of okay, how many grade has a salary, an average salary? That. So for anything, the answer to be two. But then I think there should be a way we can just bring out the answer so as count straight up without this. So but then we still explore that later. So but then in our class today we've been able to see how to use our select. We have been able to see how to use our from, our where statement, our group by, our having, and then lastly your order by is very simple. Your order by is just your sorting, whether descending order or ascending order. It is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Just arrangement, whether from the smallest to the largest or from the largest to the smallest. Just like we do sorting on our Power BI or on our Excel. So it is as simple as that. So for example, let's do select star. I'll keep this one simple. From your employees table. So let's look at it. So this. So let's say order by grade. Order by grade. So let's say ascending order, and I can do order by salary to see the lowest pay salary. Can you see AM following each other? Can you see order by? So